What's up, everybody? Welcome to the YouTube channel. Now today we're going to be going over this week's analysis. It's currently Sunday, April 14th, so let's get right into it. On the chart we have AUD JPY. Now this trade is going to be a little bit more of a riskier trade, I would say. Reason I say that is because this trade I am looking to short. Now if we go to the daily time frame, let's actually go to the weekly time frame. If we go to the weekly time frame, we see that price has been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows for a possible movement to the upside, making a brand new higher high. So the weekly is obviously very much bullish. If we go to the daily, price kind of does look like, hey, we could still push to the upside. There's this little area of interest right here on the daily time frame where we've had these wicks. We were able to push down, we came back up. Now we might be able to hold off this level to start pushing back to the downside. Now this trade isn't based off of this daily area of interest. This trade is based off a 4-hour head and shoulders formation. What do I mean by that? If we just look right here, we have a left shoulder, head, right shoulder, we broke below, and now what are we doing? We are retesting this neckline. And what a coincidence, this neckline is also a 4-hour area of interest. Every time price came into this area, price had a very strong reaction at this level, causing price to push to the upside. Price ended up having another very strong reaction at this level, came back down again, the same level that had a very strong reaction. We started to push back up. Now we finally were able to break below, and now we're retesting this level. So with that in mind, I know that we have a head and shoulders formation. We could possibly be retesting this neckline. We have a 4-hour level of interest. It's kind of also a daily area of interest. If we just make it a little bit bigger, we have these wicks right here. So that's kind of the idea for this trade. Now I want to let you know, I want to be really clear on this trade. This might be a little bit more riskier, all right, because I don't have all the time frames in sync. All right, so remember that this might be a little bit more of a riskier trade. If it shows me signs that, hey, we could start pushing to the downside, I'll be more than happy to take the trade. I'll short it, and I'll probably target these lows as well. These right here, these lows, where obviously we see price enter this area, we've had a reaction, price enter this area, and we had another strong reaction to the upside. So if price can give me some signs that, hey, look, we could start pushing to the downside, maybe give me a doji and then a bearish engulfing candle, maybe I'll enter. It all depends on what I see, what I think, and what I feel. It really boils down to that. So let's go to GBP CAD and let's go to the daily. Now on the daily, this is also a head and shoulders formation. The only difference is this is inverted. We have that left shoulder, head, and now we could possibly have this right shoulder forming. If we do have this right shoulder to form, then we could possibly see a very strong push to the upside. Now again, look at where this head and shoulders is. If we take a look left, we see, hey, look, price had a very, very, very strong bearish candle to the downside. Look at where it stopped. It stopped right here in this level. Let me make it a little bit bigger. It stopped in this level, and then what happened? Price started to push back up, and then it failed. All right, that's completely fine. Can we still push to the downside? Obviously we didn't. We didn't push to the downside because we started to reverse back to the upside. Now this right here, this is a very, very clear sign that, hey, look, we are now bullish. How do I know that we are bullish? Because if I just do this with my tool right here, and let me clone this right here. All right, we've had a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. We were able to break above this lower high, causing this to be a brand new higher high. And remember, we're on the daily time frame. So now that we know, hey, this is a higher high. What can we expect next? A higher low. Where could we anticipate that higher low? At this level. Because one, it's a daily area of interest. We've had reaction at this level. Let's take a look left. We've had a reaction at this level, price enter this level, and then we had a very strong reaction to the upside. And we also have that inverted head and shoulders. We could possibly have that right shoulder forming right now. We also have that 50 EMA right underneath price. We've had a very strong wick rejection. All we're waiting for is on the smaller time frames to show me signs that, hey, look, we're going to start pushing to the upside. We're going to start pushing to the upside. What exactly am I waiting for? I'm waiting for either a very strong reaction to the upside. Now, this would be perfect right here. Right here, price is bearish. Clear as day. It's clear as day. Price had a very strong reaction to the downside. It's completely okay. Now, look at what's happening right now. Price had a lower high. If price can do this for me and then show me signs that, hey, look, we can start pushing to the upside, I don't mind taking the trade right here. Let's target these highs, these daily highs. And to be safe, let's target right here. Boom. A 3% trade. 3% trade. If you're risking 1%. It all depends. Again, it all boils down to where it gives me that entry. It could be higher, it could be lower. It all depends on where that entry is. It all depends. All of it depends on where it signals to me that, hey, I want to enter this trade. So I feel pretty confident on this trade. I do like the inverted head and shoulders. All I'm waiting for is to see if price can tell me that, hey, look, this area of interest, this green box, because remember, it's an area. It's not a specific pinpoint. It's an area. Wherever in this green box can we start pushing to the upside, I'll be more than happy to take the trade to the upside. I'll buy it, target these highs, and that's it. But again, I gotta wait for my entry signal. So let's go down to NZD/USD. Also, if you are having any questions about, Damien, what is your entry signal? What's your, how do you even anticipate all that? I highly suggest you go watch my other videos. Go down to like my first video. I talk about, literally, I give everything away for free. I explain everything. Just watch those and get kind of used to like my trading approach, really. And then, you'll start understanding what I'm doing day to day. So NZD/USD on the daily time frame. Obviously, we are in a downtrend. Why do I say that? Because we have been creating lower lows. We created a higher high, but then we failed to create a brand new higher high, and now we're starting to push back down to the downside, breaking below this previous lower low. So now that we were able to break below this lower low again, all I'm gonna wait for is to see where can price reject from. Can price reject from this level? If price rejects at this level, I'll be more than happy to take the short. Let's say it doesn't. All right, that's completely fine. Can price reject at this level? If price starts rejecting at this level, I'll be more than happy to take the short to the downside again. But remember, I'm looking at this and I'm anticipating where can we start rejecting from. It doesn't have to be this certain area that we have to be rejecting from. It could be this level, or it could be up here, it could be down here, it could be right in the middle, and then we can start rejecting to the downside. The reason I say that is because a lot of us, especially when I first started trading, is I wanted everything to be perfect. I wanted it to be perfect because I understood if what I used to think was, if everything I do in trading is perfect, then there is no doubt in my head that I will not lose this trade. But as I started getting, more conditioned to trading, as I started, learning more and more and more, I realized that even when everything looks perfect, when everything looks picture perfect, I could still lose the trade. I could still lose the trade could still reverse, and at the end of the day, we just do not know. We do not know. And I want to make that really, really clear to a lot of you guys, because I know that a lot of you guys are beginners, and sometimes you think like, hey, I did everything completely right, but I got it wrong. What am I doing wrong? Is this even cut out for me? And I gotta stop you right there, and I gotta tell you, calm down. All right, no matter how perfect a trade could look, you could still get it wrong. It might not even be your fault. The price could just reverse. And then start pushing all the way to the upside, and do whatever it wants. It's completely fine, because remember, we got to start implementing risk to reward. We got to start implementing risk management. All right, remember, this is just an analysis. I might be right, I might be wrong. At the end of the day, it's a 50-50. I don't care who you go watch. You could legit go ask Warren Buffett. Everything is a 50-50. It's either going to go up or down. All right, so obviously I'm just waiting to see where could we possibly reject from. Could it be this level? Maybe. Could it be this level? Yeah, it could. I'm just gonna wait for what price tells me on the lower time frame, such as like the 1 hour, maybe even the 30-minute. Let's go to GU on the daily time frame right here. I actually really like GU on the daily time frame. Reason I like it so much is obviously because we've had consolidation in this level. Price touched this area, we jumped up. Price touched this level again, and we jumped up. Price touched this level, we jumped up, and now we finally broke below. Now that we broke below, where can we anticipate price to possibly go right now? Come back into this level and have a strong reaction back down to the downside. Depending on where I want to target, I could either target this level right here. If I want to target that level, maybe I want to be a little bit more, I wouldn't say aggressive, but maybe I want to try to squeeze out a little bit more profit. Maybe I might target this level right here where these wick rejections are. It all depends. It really depends. But the overall bias is I want price to enter this level, show me signs that we can start rejecting to the downside, and then take those shorts to the downside. And that's the entire process. Now, remember, these are basically all the trades I have for this week. I might enter some of them, I might enter none of them. It all depends on my entry signal. And then if you do have questions, feel free to go into the Discord, ask those questions. Right here we have open chat, trade ideas, economic calendar, live trades, and weekly analysis. Weekly analysis is basically where me and Eddie, we send out what we think is going to happen for the week. I haven't sent mine yet. I'm probably going to send them right now. But Eddie, right now, he sent his today at 9 in the morning. So let's actually go over his. So he has Euro USD. Price failed to break structure and continue to stay bearish. We'll look for a pullback and stay bearish. All right, let's look at the chart. Obviously, we are on the 4 hour. 4 hour price has been very, very much bearish. This is obviously a level where he has marked up that he thinks is a significant level, and it makes sense. Why? Because as we're following the trend, we don't want to enter at these lower lows. We want to enter at these lower highs. If price can give him that lower high and then start to show signs that, hey, we could continue pushing to the downside, following that trend, take the trade, take the short, follow the trend. It makes sense. It really does make sense. GU, I also have GU. I said that I wanted a short, and on his 4 hour, so does he. He wants to wait for price to come back into this 4 hour level, and obviously that's kind of the same idea that I have right here on the 4 hour. Yeah, it's basically the same, this level of interest. And let's go back to the Discord right here, enter that area, go down. USD CHF. Now I do not have this pair, but let's take a look at this. Wait for price to break that previous higher high, enter on retracement. Perfect. It's a perfect example of following the trend. He has that higher high. Obviously we haven't broken above yet, and that's completely fine, because if price does break above, all we're gonna wait for is that retracement, show us signs that, hey, we can start pushing to the upside, enter that trade, and then follow the trend. That is it. That's the entire process. It's an easy process, but it is hard. I understand. If it was really, really easy, trust me, we'd all be rich. But again, it's completely okay. We're learning as we go. And I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for today's video, for this week's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the Discord. I highly suggest you join if you're not in it. And if you are in it and you're watching it from, the link that I sent, because I'm about to send it in the Discord, ask questions. Go ahead, ask questions in the open chat. We're going to try to answer everything. And yeah, thank you for watching.